Okay. Here we go. Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday already. I can't believe it. It's just flying. The whole week. It's a little bit, I suppose it's a little bit like doing one of the shows. You spend so much time getting ready for something and then, it goes. Eileen's Quilts a little bit in the dark this morning, and I can't tell if it's the lighting or whether it's just an illusion of the ombre fabrics that she's used. But we'll see. So what's Thursday mean? If it's the middle day of what we are show and telling this week. Let's not call it hump day. It's a quilt, so let's call it, it's bump day. We don't like bumps in our quilts, do we? It's bump day. For the virtual Australian Textile exhibition, if I'm going to be formal. Good morning, Flynn. I have your quilt. It's hanging over there, and I'm going to do that for you after these two, for the grown-ups and for Grandma, okay? So, yeah, good morning to Flynn and Jenny, to Pat, to Diana, to Lynn, to... Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying the show. Karen's here as well. Christine Davies here. It's Marie and Lynn. If I sound really familiar, it's because I tend to talk to a lot of you in between the shows on the phone. Oh, Bernadette, that's absolutely fine. We will give you a leave pass for the day, and you can catch it tonight on Facebook, on YouTube, all of that. I'm just, today I nearly forgot the makeup. I nearly forgot, and it's pretty bad, and it's got thrown on in a hurry because this is a no makeup zone. While we are putting quilts up and taking quilts down, it's a no coffee zone, it's a no food zone. So I hang the quilts just in case, one falls on my face or something like that. I just don't risk it. So you put the quilts up and then you run downstairs and put the lippy on. And this morning, you nearly got the a la naturelle. A la naturelle. All right, good morning, Petra. Good to see you too. Lovely. Okay, are we ready to go? I've got 3 Eileen Campbell quilts for you this morning, and I've got some more beautiful bags from our Australian bag exhibition and challenge. So I'm going to show those to you. And there's a late entry. There's a late one coming in. There's one more coming tonight that's arriving on my doorstep. So there's one more to come in. And you're going to see Judy's on Saturday. So yeah, there's one more coming. So we'll see that one tomorrow. I'm excited to see it. I haven't seen it before. Let me just grab my notes. We're going to try a little something this morning for you and for Flynn, because the quilts, they need a little bit more of a close-up. So we're going mobile with the camera. I'm just hoping I don't give you all motion sickness, because it would do that for me if someone was doing it. So hopefully we'll be okay. Hello, Kerry. Hello, Carol. Good morning, Yvonne. Good morning, Maria. Hello, Sue. Yeah, what happened to the morning? My goodness, there's just so much going on here. I'm not going to bore you with it now. We'll talk about it next week on Tuesday, yeah? When we have our 2 o'clock show. All right, so first quilt off the rank, and this is going to be hilarious maybe this morning, because I'm going to try and do what Steve and I did on Tuesday on my own. So there is another quilt hanging behind this one, and I'm going to see if I can get that down while you're looking with Flynn at the other one. So this is going to be funny. There'll be noises in the background at one point, and I'll be up a ladder, so we shall see. Yes, and I know I've got the makeup on, but I've actually got a scarf over there to kind of put over my face, not this one, over my face, an old one, while I take that one down. It's absolute hoot. Okay, so this beautiful, isn't it beautiful? Beautiful thing hanging here is called, wait, that's not it, so Heartfelt. Of course it is. Now this is a very recent one for Eileen. This is 2019, not long ago. And I'm very happy to say, very proud to say, which is so silly because it's only fabric. A lot of the fabric in this came from Chandler's Cottage. I'm not taking anything away from Eileen here, but you kind of forget these things sometimes. It's always thrilled when she comes to buy fabric because you know something magical is happening. But I can stand back and go, oh, yeah, I know that. That's in my stash. It's lovely. So all shades of purple, as you can see. I'll give you a close-up in a minute. All of the block backgrounds come from one ombre fabric, and they are a beautiful collection of fabrics. You know I'm mad about ombre, and by a company called Eish Inc. And I was very, very sad when they stopped making this particular hue. They do lots of taupes and plums and greens, and I was really upset they stopped. But I have found out since they sold the designs, if you like, and the colourways to another factory, and I can now get my hands on them again. So not just all the beautiful bright gelatos and sorbets and the other ones that I've got. We're going to have these really subtle ones as well. But you can see how beautifully Eileen has used them. So right from these super dark ones down the bottom, and she's fussy cut sort of purposely the darkest ones to go on the outer corners of the quilt, and then she's, I am sure, very consciously and very carefully selected where all of the different shades have gone for the background on this one. So this was made after a long illness, which she did have, and it was her first major applique quilt since that, and she found some leftover butterflies and flowers and added to them and put them into hearts. The solid hearts are the insides of the open ones, and it was entered in the Sydney show and showcase this year. Wow, okay. So what she's saying is, see this one here, this one is the inside. I'll give you a close-up in a tick of this one. Those two. How clever is that? Why didn't we all think of that? I don't know. Just gorgeous. All right, let me get the camera. This is very funny this morning, if I can get this right. Who else is here? Ah, Melanie, hello. You don't need to apologise for being late. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, Cheryl, I'm loving the colours. I'm more of a plum girl than a purple girl. I love that. I'm just saying it would look nice with my summer palace range, just draped over a bed. Just saying. It will be going home. I know. She will miss one if I don't send them all back. Hello, Sue. Good to see you. Denise. No, I'm not, Pat. I'm not. No. Just no, Pat. Don't even joke with me or I'll curl up in a fetal position. You'll never see me again. Hello, Elizabeth. Joan, you're here. Well, that's good. Yeah, favourite colours. I totally agree. And Margaret, you were allowed for being late. We were looking for you, Margaret. We were talking about you. No, we weren't. All right, let's put this down. I'm going to see if I can get a close-up. Okay. So we've got the little camera here. I'm a little bit sillier in the morning, if you noticed, when I haven't had that second coffee. So, all right. Here we go. So this is where Lisa does not trip on cords or knock over lights, okay? I'm going to bring this in for you. Let's just see if I can get you. Oh, look, see, this works really well. So that's the one that I did the close-up of. Look at that quilting. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, wow, wow. The shine coming off these butterflies is because they are Michael Miller Fairy Frost. So they've got that beautiful luster over them, and they really, really glow. So I'm going to go from this, I'm going to go up, because there's some more of them in the next block up. Actually, I lie. Eileen will be killing herself at the moment because I'm telling a lie. There are two different ombres in this quilt, aren't there, Eileen? There are. There's a taupe grey, brown, and the plum purple one. Can you see that? All right, let's go across. And then some have flowers. I'm trying. I do have one of those stabilizer sticky things, but I just decided to wing it. I'll fire it up for you tomorrow. Here we go. What's a stabilizer sticky thing? It is a stick that you put your camera on, which they all use for live feed coverages, journalism and everything. So no matter how wonky I am with holding it or crooked, it will keep the camera steady and stable in a vertical position. I know, there are such toys. I do like that one. I'd be happy with just that. If I could pull that off, I'd be happy with that. But you can see what she means. So that one there is the center of that one. Stunning. Just, you all are looking at this quilting, right? Ridiculous. And so the blocks are set in and the sashing pops, a little bit like we talked about yesterday. You can see that there is no quilting in the sashing. So then that means that the blocks sit back like they're recessed in frames. So there's another pair there. So there's the butterflies sitting in the outline of the heart, and there's the middle of the heart that's been set with the flowers. So, oh my goodness, just beautiful. And I'll pan you out a little bit. And I'll sit you here. Just so you can get a little bit of the, look at that perspective with the glow. It really, really does glow. And it's all to do with this ombre. So, just because they shade. And I'm just looking to see, no, she hasn't. She hasn't even done what I would do, which would be terribly predictable. And if I was using ombres, I would have all of mine starting from dark to light. But they don't. She switched them round. So these go from dark to light down. These ones here. And then some of the other ones actually go dark to light up, like this one. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I don't know if I'm inspired or overwhelmed. I'm not quite sure this morning. Because it's just drop dead gorgeous. Just gorgeous. All right. Now, Flynn, your turn. Let's switch over. And this is the quilt. I know you're going, who's Flynn? Who's Flynn? Well, Flynn is our youngest viewer. And he is totally into all of these quilts. It may have something to do with the fact that his grandmother is surrounded by quilts and fabric and UFOs. That could be something to do with it, and he has no choice. But, you know, there you go. So this is, this has to be a favourite. Now, this was made for the Festival Gallery of Quilt Art in Houston in 2014. It was awarded second place, return airfare to Houston, accommodation, and $1,000 US cash. Well, hello, and wasn't that just the coolest thing? And I remember her getting off the plane. I remember, and it was all really, really exciting. We had trouble with planes. I can't ever remember why now. We had trouble getting in or out. I think it was a strike. It was something like that. I don't quite remember now. Who's apologising now? Good morning, Anne. Oh, Petra, don't worry about it. I will, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. All right, so what I love about this is that when Eileen came down to my little shop and we talked about this quilt, when you're given a topic that's called Please Find My Home, I remember we talked about that the quilters in America might do something like, you know, the wheat across a prairie or the Grand Canyon, or there would be something in terms of the landscape. And then we talked about the predictable thing you do with landscapes from Australia to enter an international competition as well. No. This is where she went. So the quilt depicts the homes of nursery rhyme and storybook characters listed around the border. The labels are not next to their homes. I should have read that before we went live. So you have to search and match them up. Holy moly. First prize, mainly applique professional showcase, 2016. Yeah, and a judge's commendation at the Sydney show. And you would expect that, would you not, from a quilt like this? All right. I'm not sure I'm going to do them all with you live because I'm not very good at doing this off the cuff. So we will we'll have a little bit of a look around and you can have some guesses, and then I will post up pictures of them, and then I will match up the labels with the blocks for you. But Mr. Flynn, here we go. So we need a little bit of a close-up, don't we? Let me get the camera again. And we'll do a little bit of a switch over so you can have a look. Let's get up in close and personal. So we have, oh, okay, there's one here that's going to be super obvious. The little old lady that lived in the shoe is on here. So if I bring you over, there you go. I'm going to come up closer. Look at the windows. Look at that. And the laces. Isn't that gorgeous? Jack and the Beanstalk is on here as well. Peter Pumpkin Eater. Let's go back over here because that would obviously be Peter Pumpkin Eater. Now, the homes of the three little pigs. I'm going to have to, hang on girls, I've got to put this down so I can set the camera up for you. I'm going to put this down a little bit. Obviously, we do not have a hydraulic system. There they are. There are the homes of the three little pigs. So, Flynn, have you got this story down? You know this one? Aren't they fantastic? Just gorgeous. We have Sleeping Beauty's castle, of course, in the middle. We have Hansel and Gretel. We have a tower right up the top for Rapunzel to let down her hair. Let me bring you down to Hansel and Gretel though, Flynn, because you have to see the roof. Look at the fabric that Eileen chose for the roof. Oh, that to me. Eileen, if you're watching, have we even thought about doing a series of, I almost want a series of gift cards or something, because I can just see that on a Christmas, that to me just screams Christmas card. Go up to the top. So we've got a Goldilocks and the three bears. Not that one. Hang on, I've got to come back. Let me come down. The Goldilocks and the three bears is here. There you go. I just laugh. It makes you laugh. I love it. Absolutely. So we've got the home in here as well for the trolls. The Troll's house from the Three Billy Goats Gruff. We've got the house that Jack built. As I said, we've got Rapunzel's tower. We've got the Crooked Man's house, which I think is absolute. Can you see that? Have you seen it? It was down here. Let's come down. There's the Crooked Man's house there. It's funny, isn't it? Because we kind of, I'm not sure. Are the kids these days, our kids these days, are they teaching their kids all of these nursery rhymes? Or are we kind of skipping this generation? I'm a bit worried now. Because it was so poignant in our childhood, wasn't it? To teach all of these nursery rhymes and the storybooks and everything that we had. Yeah, you've got to wonder, don't you? Just gorgeous. So, wow, wow, wow. Now, what I'm going to do is leave you there with that for a tick, and I'm going to get the other one down. And while I'm doing that, you may go and get a cup of coffee. No, I'm only joking. Stay there. I'll only be 2 seconds. Yes, so I was going to pop Felicity's quilts up this morning, but I was talking to Flick last night, and she's had to rush off and she's actually doing a friend a big favour this morning. So I said, well, I'm not going to do it if you're not here. So I'm going to hold off and show you some of her quilts this afternoon. And if you're wondering what's coming up next in Eileen's quilts, is that in the camera? Can you see what I'm doing? Oh, I hope not. That's a rod. It's not me going through the window. What I will do is we're going to do a series of Eileen's season quilts in the afternoon tomorrow, and tomorrow morning we're going to do flicks and our little demo with our show bag fabric, because I'm pretty much ready to go for that now. So with that in mind, get ready for tomorrow morning. There are some show bags left. You've all been very busy, and I hope you'll be super patient. Steve decided we decided to upgrade our postage system so that it's going to allow us to give a lot of you free express post when we send out your mail, which is, you know, we're all for a little bit of free post. So that means that means a lot to all of us, but it also means we've got a couple of days where we're in this changeover period, so we can't easily get the mail out. So that's a bit of a nuisance, but we will get them out tomorrow. If you did place an order Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll just express post it for you, and that will make up for that extra day that you've had to wait. So I'm sorry about that. Oh, I haven't quite got the top of Eileen's quilt in. You're missing about 1 inch. Do you want me to change it? I should change it. Give me a tick, I'll change it. Hang on. You go back there for a tick and I'll slow it down a little bit because it's a bit high. If I can get that just a little bit. Don't try this at home, folks, okay? It's really not a good idea. Let's see if I've done that okay. Oh, heavens no, I've made it worse. I've gone the wrong... I've gone the wrong way. Oh my goodness. You won't tell anyone, will you, that I did this? Holy dooly. Let's go that way. See if that works. Now, have you all been looking and working out whose house is who? Because that's really important that you do while I'm doing this. Because I'm going to have to get, as soon as we're off camera, I'm going to have to see if I can do it. There we go. It's just unreal. If I could cut that out of Facebook later on when we post it up, I would. All right, so I've also got for you, I've also got for you our bags here. But let's look at this gorgeous quilt first. Eileen has done a lot, many iris quilts, and they're absolutely stunning. Okay, so I'm going to bring this light in just a little bit more in a tick and stand on the other side. Again, they are absolutely luminous. So these are actually, this is silk, okay? It's not cotton, it's silk in here. Just beautiful. This one was made for a Husqvarna Viking International Challenge. And if you are wondering, yeah, she is a Benina girl now, but she used to be a Husqvarna girl before she became a Benina girl. So Eileen was entering Husqvarna competitions back before she got her beautiful 710 on a 710. But it was made for their international challenge called Art Takes Shape. I can't believe she's written this, but it was rejected. Oh, okay. No, that's not okay. That's just not okay. It was rejected. How would you reject this? You don't. You just don't reject something like this, do you? No. Okay. So, Best Small Quilt, Australian Quilt Show. Well, yes. 2006. Best Machine Workmanship. There is a list of massive acknowledgements and prizes here. Oh, she interestingly exhibited it. I didn't even know there was a China International Tournament and Patchwork Art Show in Beijing. I didn't even know there was such a thing. Absolutely beautiful. It's now called Flower Songs, but it was originally called Iris and Friends, and that's what's on the label on the back. It's just beautiful, and it was made for the Festival Gallery of Quilt Art. It's stunning. So I'll give you a little bit of a close-up on this one as well, because you need to see this one particularly, to me, is a pinnacle, absolute pinnacle example of fine satin stitch applique. So I'll get myself out of the light. I can't see a thing now. Okay. I'll take this round and we'll give you just another little close-up. Down there first. Okay. All right. Let's go in here. Have a little bit of a squeeze. Talk about put your work under the microscope. If Felicity's watching, don't worry, I'm not going to do this to you. It's perfectly, no, I'm not going to do it to you. Look, 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 look. See what I mean? Oh, that comes up really well on the camera. Look at that. You would think, wouldn't you, just looking at that, that perhaps that yellow thread that she has used is metallic, but it's not. It is just a beautiful, it's a shiny yellow embroidery thread, and it will be, I'm guessing, the same one that she's used for appliquing on those central yellow flowers. Let me take it back a bit. Okay, and here are, so the birds are fine, right? The birds kind of make sense. It's all beautiful. But then we have a bird flying off. So doesn't that grab your imagination, because there were birds that were sitting in the display, but then they've decided to fly away. And to get the distance and the perspective with these ones up here, you've actually got them in fabric, and then you've just got them faintly, ever so faintly, in thread. So it looks like that there's some off in the far distance. Some more butterflies on this one. And another interesting thing for me, with having such a pale background, my mind wouldn't even put on the table a white flower to add in, because my background is pale. But here they've been used ever so effectively and subtly in on top with all of the bright ones, and it just softens off the whole bouquet. Just beautiful. So, and did you see this? That's this fabric here. This looks like it's some sort of batik, or it's been stamped on. Same with this one. And that is silk underneath that applique there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Just pop that down there, and then you can have that there. And I'll pop the main camera back on. There, that really shows up the difference in the fabrics that she's used, doesn't it, for the background? So it's a beautiful soft batik underneath, and then that real pop of the silk in the panels. Lovely. That's my little flower fix for the morning. I don't know about you. Okay, so I thought while we've got this beautiful quilt, we will take advantage of it for a background and show you some of our other bag challenge pieces. I'll just check that you're all okay. Are you all okay? Hello, Grandy. You're all okay. That's good. Okay. So let's go through some of these super bags. We might just bring them in a little bit closer for you. This one, do you recognise the design? Because you've seen a similar one yesterday or the day before from Michelle. And this is another, for want of a better word, another triptych from her. There you go. So there's that beautiful handbag with its matching purple handles, I may say. Which way do I need to go? That way. Lovely, lovely. Just lovely. And then you've got the matching little purse with the zip. And she's got, look at this. She's found these beautiful little gold beads to pop on the ends. And then you've also got gorgeous little matching purse. And I'll bring that up a little bit closer for you so you can see my camera focus. So they all sit beautifully inside each other. And I think that's the whole idea, that we're going to pop the purse in there. So classy, isn't it? Just to think about walking out with a bag like that. You know, and what I always think is, what would it cost? What would it cost if you actually went out and actually bought something like that? I don't know. I'm going to switch you back in front of the other quilt so that Flynn can have another look. And then I'll show you these two so that I'm not with my arms up in the air. And I need to go to... There you go. Okay. Right, I'll just sling Michelle's, sorry, Sharon's over my shoulder for a minute. Now, this is another one by Marie Evans. Sturdy, sturdy bag. Again, look at this. Incredible. The paperwork's inside, so I'll just pull that out and show you. Paperwork's not inside. I'll get the paperwork and I'll post it up for you. But it is a Marie Evans bag. It is absolutely stunning. I'm sure she used a pattern. I don't care. She's executed it absolutely to the... Nailed it. Check out the fussy cutting of Melba, will you? I can see the paperwork. But if I was to go and get the paperwork, there's a lot of gymnastics, limbo dancing required to get under cable, so I'm not going to do it. There you go. Isn't it wonderful? I do like that side. I do. And next level up, check the piping. Piping. She's a smart chookie, this one. Very smart chookie. Now the other smart chookie, who we all know, if you watch the shows during the week, it's pretty full on, gets a lot done, is Sharon Keys. And this is hers. Her paperwork's in here. This bag is called Melba Fan Lovely. Like the pocket. I love the pocket. Just taken our pointed Dresdens that we did this year and made it as a showcase for her front pocket. Fantastic. And interestingly, using the border stripe vertically instead of across like I usually do. And it looks fantastic. And the rest of the border stripe is on the back. Both of them absolutely gorgeous. Michelle's is divine. I would use Michelle's myself a lot. I think that's, there's two ways of doing bags. You do the bags to show off your skills. Well, I use them for lots of different reasons. To try out different scheme before you go on and do a big project like a bed quilt. It's a really good medium to do that with. And then we just make a bag that's practical. That you want to use all the time. You need one when you go out walking, you need one for your sewing when you go out, you need one to store stuff in, or your laptop or your iPad. And then you get bags like these that combine the practicality with the gorgeousness, if that is such a word. So they're absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, a couple more bags to show you. I will see you with some more surprises and some of Flick's quilts this afternoon. So enjoy your day. It's an absolutely glorious day here in Melbourne, but in true style, it's freezing cold at the moment. So I expect the sun to warm up the studio as the day goes on. And I look forward to being back here this afternoon. All right, bye. Bye, Flynn.